Hi friends, welcome to the Santhosh Pandit show. Today we will discuss about the India-Australia Test series which will be held in December and January next year. As we know, after the retirement of Sachin Tendulkar, our Indian Test team is completely struggling as they lost in England with disaster. So, there is no Sachin Tendulkar, there is no V.V.S. Lakshman, there is no Rahul Dravid. What will happen in Australia? I think India will play in Adelaide, Brisbane, Melbourne and Sydney. So, what happens in all these pitches, they will prepare fast pitches for their winning. So, we have to adopt some new techniques, new methods for facing these types of bowling. So, you can expect even bouncers in that pitch. So, you have to adopt some new batting techniques because the main problem in Australian pitches is the ball is not coming to the bat. So, you must have some good footwork to face all these balls. Now we will discuss the pitches of Australia. The main thing is in Adelaide, what happens, this particular pitch is very much more or less equal to the pitch of Auckland in New Zealand. 80 or 90, up to 90% of the wickets are till this time goes to the fast bowlers and swing bowlers. So our Bhuvaneshwar Kumar and Mohammad Shami has to be very careful to deliver the good length delivery. For Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, as all of you know, he was a man of the series in England Test series. More than 80% of his bowling, he is bowling in the correct spot. But in the case of Mohammad Shami, what happens when he is delivering 6 balls, 5 balls are okay, but 1 ball that is a loose delivery. That is why he is getting wickets, but unfortunately he is giving a lot of runs also. In the batting side, what happens? For our Chedeshwar Pujara, he knows how to strike any type of ball. I will bet for Chedeshwar Pujara. The thing is, the form is temporary, but the class is permanent. So, he can regain his form. But in the case of Virat Kohli, what happens? For the last 3 years, he is a run machine for India. But in England and other conditions, he was completely struggling. But I think he can regain his form in Australia. That we can expect. And in another pitches in Sydney, particularly in Sydney, as all of you know that Sachin Tendulkar got a lot of centuries in Sydney almost all time. In Sydney, they will prepare the pitch just like our Indian pitches. It is more or less equal to the Guyana in West Indies. What happens in Sydney, that is for the first 2 days, it is a slow pitch. After 2 days, what happens? A lot of cracks will be there. So, a very good spinner can spin his ball very consistently. That will trouble the batsman. That is, till this time, 55% of the wickets goes to the spinners in that particular pitch. So, our Ashwin can get out a lot of wickets in that pitch. The thing is that we can expect a success in Sydney, but the thing is that is their condition, so that is very tough for us because as we know, Michael Clarke has a very good average against India, and though Watson is not in good form for the last 2 years, but he can regain his form in their soil. That is very difficult for India because he can get runs very quickly. That's a big problem for India. So it is very tough for India to win that series. It is we can expect a draw in Adelaide, and we can expect maximum a win in Sydney. In the current Indian team, most of the players has no previous experience in playing in Australia. In Brisbane, as we know, they will make a very fast pitch. I think that pitch is very tough for a batsman to take runs. You have to apply for yourself and you have to get some runs also. That is very difficult. You can expect some bouncer and some swing bowling and some Yorker from Australian bowlers. But the main advantage of the Indian team is Australia is completely struggling in the current series against Pakistan in Abu Dhabi. What happens? They are completely struggling against spinners. So in their pitches the story is different, because the main problem is if you misjudge a ball, then you will lose your wicket. So leg before wicket, there is a great possibility of leg before wicket in Australian soil. So we know our captain Mahendra Singh Dhoni has only 23% of the winning strike rate in outside India. So my simple advice to Indian team is, you must have a very good preparation strategy before leaving India, so that you can win in Australia. Just because there is no Graham Grab, there is no Shane Warne, there is no Ricky Ponting, there is no Hayden, there is no. It's a very good chance to win all the best.